What is up, guys? It is Coasters and Things here again, and today I'm reviewing Knoebels in Elysburg, Pennsylvania. This park is a family-owned park. It first opened in 1926. The full name of this park actually is Knoebels Amusement Resort because it also has a picnic grove and a campground. It is a free admission park. You just pay for ride tickets to ride what you want to. Nothing costs more than $4 to ride, which is a great deal. Or if you're interested in riding a lot of things, you can do what I did and get the all-day wristband, which gets you onto all the rides with the exception of the Haunted Mansion. You still have to pay separately for that. Why that's the only ride not included on the wristband, I don't know. So first, let's talk about the roller coasters. Knoebels has 6 roller coasters, and unfortunately, only 4 of them were open when I went, which was a true shame. The coasters I got on were Phoenix, Twister, Impulse, and Cosmos Curves. I have reviews for these coasters on my channel already. The 2 coasters that were closed were Black Diamond and Flying Turns. Now, Flying Turns, I believe, has been closed the past 2 seasons. I don't know what the future holds for that ride, especially after it took over 6 years to get it open. That ride was supposed to open in 2007, and it endured so many problems with the design of the trains that they had to be completely redesigned, and in 2013, it finally opened. And Black Diamond was closed because of lack of staffing. It was looking like it was going to be open the day I went, but unfortunately it was not. As for the coasters I did ride, Phoenix was really good, one of my favorite wooden coasters. It just has buzz bars, and you get standing airtime at the end. It is super smooth, too. It has won 3 Golden Ticket Awards for Best Wooden Coaster. Phoenix is definitely the standout coaster here. Twister is huge and has crazy laterals. It was actually built in-house by Knoebels themselves, and unfortunately is super rough. Impulse is the newest coaster at Knoebels. It is a Zero Tower speed coaster, and I was honestly not a big fan of it. I thought it was rattly and the restraints crushed my legs. And Cosmos Curves is a typical E&F Miler kiddie coaster, but with some actual airtime at the end. This park has one of the most unique coaster lineups out there. As for what they should do next, I'm not sure actually. It's a tough call. Now for flat rides. This park has a ton of them. Unfortunately, the only one I was able to ride was the Flyers. These Flyers are amazing. They're ran by a gas-powered motor, and they go so fast. Everybody says these Flyers are the best ones out there, and I absolutely agree. You can snap them with the trees like crazy. And actually, when I was there, the ride op said that if you weren't up near the trees, you were doing it wrong. That blew my mind. At big corporate parks, you would never ever hear that. Some of their other flat rides include Fandango, their pendulum ride, Stratosphere, their drop tower, Satellite, a rare roloplane ride, Downdraft, a new version of it that replaced the older version, Cosmotron, an indoor Himalaya ride, and one that I would have liked to have ridden myself, Looper. This is the only one of its kind left in the world. It was manufactured by Alan Herschel, and unfortunately it was one of the many rides closed this past year. One ride that isn't a thrill ride but is still notable is the Haunted Mansion. I had heard this was a fantastic haunted house, and it definitely was. It has a lot of surprises up its sleeve, one of which will get you if you've never ridden it before. I thought I was ready for it, and it still got me. So yeah, the thrill rides are great. A lot of them are old, rare classic flats that you don't see much these days. For family and kids rides, there's almost more than you can count. Probably the most notable one is the Grand Carousel, awarded the best carousel by the Golden Ticket Awards in the past. It is also one of the very few brass ring carousels still left in operation. If you've never ridden a brass ring carousel before, basically how it works is there are these little hooks in which rings are dispersed on them that riders grab, and each time one is grabbed off of a hook, a new one is immediately put on courtesy of the machine. There are a bunch of steel rings and 1 brass ring. Whoever grabs the lucky brass ring wins a free ride on the carousel the next time around. It's definitely a competition as much as a ride. There's also 2 train rides in the park, Old Smoky and the Pioneer Train. as well as a chairlift that takes you up to the top of the mountains and back. Knoebels has a total of 63 rides. That is a whole lot. There is no shortage of rides here. Now, because of an extreme lack of staffing this year, only about 39 of them were open this summer. So yeah, Knoebels had over 20 closed rides when I went, including 2 of their coasters. I'm not blaming Knoebels for this. This is just because of the time at which I went. If you go during the summer, Knoebels also has their famous crystal pool. This is a great way to cool off in the summertime. So that pretty much covers the rides and a few other attractions. Let's now talk about the thing that Knoebels is so well known for, their amazing food. This park has won the Golden Ticket Award for Best Food before, so I was really excited to try some of their food. I was able to try 2 different things here. First was the French toast and ham at the International Food Court over near Black Diamond. I actually had that for lunch, not breakfast. And then the other one I had was an ice cream waffle sandwich at the Old Mill. Now, they normally serve these at the Waffle Shack, but because of COVID, it was closed and they were instead serving them at the Old Mill. Everyone loves these waffle sandwiches, so I had to try one for myself. Guys, both of these were unbelievably good. Knoebels goes above and beyond with their food. There's so many different options, it's insane. The food here gets an A+ in my books. Out of all the amusement parks I have been to, Knoebels has the best food and it's not even close. Let's now talk about operations. This park has incredible operations. Phoenix's dispatches are lightning fast, and Twister and Impulse are very quick too. Knoebels has the fastest operations I have ever seen at a park. That also has to do with the fact that a lot of the rides here have just 1 restraint, not 2. Absolutely no complaints about the operations. Next up is the park's atmosphere. This park has a really distinct atmosphere. It really has that classic feel to it that you don't get with the newer amusement parks. A lot of things here feel old, but in the good way. I love old school stuff, so this was really neat for me personally. It is definitely an amusement park as opposed to a theme park, but it has a real relaxed vibe to it. It does not feel corporate at all, and I love that about this park. There's trees everywhere, which makes the park really green. The atmosphere is a big plus to this park. Also, because there's no front gate admission, you can bring dogs into the park. I saw a bunch of them, and it was really cool. Knoebels' operating season typically lasts from April through October. That's about normal for a park up north in Pennsylvania. What's great is this park is free to enter, and you just pay for what rides you want to ride. It is the world's largest free admission park. You can also opt for the wristband that gets you on everything but the Haunted Mansion. It costs around $48. I got the wristband, the rest of my family just paid for ride tickets. That is a huge plus to this park, that if you're not interested in riding something, you aren't losing any of your money from it. Also, a quick shout out to the merchandise. There were a lot of options for merchandise here. I got a Phoenix t-shirt. Lastly, let's talk about my overall experience. Now, my experience was a little skewed because of so many rides being closed. Like I said earlier, though, that's not the park's fault. That's simply due to a lack of staffing, so I can't blame the park for that. If you go when the whole park is open and everything is running, though, it is a very enjoyable park. It's really a one-of-a-kind. I don't know of any other park that compares to this. I definitely recommend it for how unique it is. For Knoebels' overall score, I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. The vibe that this park has is so cool. It's classic. The rides are good, the food is fantastic, and overall it is a great time. I highly recommend Knoebels in Elysburg, Pennsylvania. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and this is Coasters and Things signing out.